Sunny day here in Detroit. Still a little cool, but it's going to warm up a little bit. And then the next week we get all 60s. Yay. Very happy about that. I'm going to start off with a song as I've been doing lately. And this song is by Tara, and it's called Full of Your Spirit. And I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful song. Enjoy, and then we'll meditate after that.
I've been running, couldn't stop, kept on fighting, kept on fighting. I've been running, and then I found you. I hear you, Lord, you are calling, gave your hand, no more falling, no more falling. You are calling, and I answer to you. I'm full of your spirit, I'm full of your grace, I'm full of your spirit, I'll carry your name. I'm full of your spirit, I'm full of your grace, I'm full of your spirit, I carry your name. You're in charge, I know nothing, full surrender, doubts are crushing, I know nothing, and I don't need to know. Your light is so stunning, have no choice. I am loving, everything is yours. I'm full of your spirit, I'm full of your grace, I'm full of your spirit, I carry your name. I'm full of your spirit, I'm full of your grace, I'm full of your spirit, I carry your name. You are my love, my whole heart. You are my soul, you are my life. You are my love, my whole heart. You are my soul, you are my life. You are my love. So you are my life. I'm full of your spirit, I'm full of your grace, I'm full of your spirit, I carry your name. I'm full of your spirit, I'm full of your grace, I'm full of your spirit, I carry your your name.
Very beautiful. That's a song by Tara, and it's called Full of Your Spirit. And I really enjoy it. I've played it before. You may have heard it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I feel very reflective this morning. I signed up for a thing called Tao Cloud, which is kind of a holistic website, if you will, a wellness website for people when they go on the web and they are looking for somebody to teach them meditation, life coaching, some of the things I do, inspirational speaking, retreats. So it's really a marketing tool for me to just kind of get myself out there. And they're asking me, who am I, and what inspired you? So I'm in a reflective mode, but grateful, really grateful as I reflect back on kind of how things have opened up for me, and truthfully just how much I really enjoy sharing it. I really enjoy teaching meditation. I love it. And I've said it before, I would be here even if you weren't. So, but thank you. I'm truly, truly grateful that you are here to join me with it. So, let's meditate. And just getting yourself comfortable. And taking in a nice deep breath. And just letting go of any stress, any burdens, any worries. You certainly don't have to carry them into this meditation, but nor do you need to carry them into life itself. But as always, I never ask you to believe anything that I'm sharing. I just invite you to let's just go on a walk this morning. It's a beautiful, sunshiny day out right now. Let's just find a path in nature, that path within ourselves that is just everything that we need, everything that we've been looking for our whole lives. And it truly is right here, right now, in this very moment. But I know my words are not enough. And so I offer some teachings to help you to realize where you may feel trapped, where you may feel blocked, where it may be preventing you from simply recognizing that you are the very truth, the very peace, the very joy, and the very love that you have always been seeking. You are that. So the only thing that keeps you from recognizing that truth is thoughts of the past, worry about the future, but it's some kind of belief, something that you have bought into as the truth. And so this meditation is about emptying out all those things that anything and everything, even the things that you say, I know are the truth. I invite you to empty out that as well. I feel like the Bible is really full of wisdom, but can be a trap for many people. And I say that, and I'm sure that's true for all Scripture, no matter what religion it is. And I've looked into many different ones. Part of being at the Interfaith Center for Spiritual Growth in Ann Arbor, we explore many different religions, and truth can reveal itself in many different ways. But the one thing that I know is true, if you say, I know the truth, and even if you say, I know the Bible is the truth, you can be setting yourself up for a challenging ride. Why? It's not that the Bible doesn't contain truth or wisdom in it, but just because it contains truth and wisdom in it doesn't mean that you know what truth is. Let me say that again. Just because any readings or teachings, any scripture from any religion, any books that you read, just because it contains truth and wisdom in it, it doesn't mean that you know what that truth is. And so, it's only by coming from a place of openness, open-heartedness, open-mindedness, to allow truth to reveal itself. Because if your glass is so full that you say, I know what the truth is, then there's no room. There's no room for anything else. There's no room for anything else. So I'm inviting you right now to empty your cup out. Just empty it out. All the things that you say, I know are the truth, or I think are the truth, or maybe it's the truth. Just empty it. Let it all go, at least for this meditation. And again, you don't have to believe anything I'm saying. I'm just inviting you to go for a walk with me. Just explore this morning. Just explore. What if I emptied out all these things that I have believed as the truth for so long? What if I emptied them out? What would be left? And Jesus said that in order to enter the kingdom of God, you have to be like a child. And to me, he's referring to the innocence of a child, not dragging in all this old baggage and all these beliefs that have come from the ego, the personality, to claim that I know what the truth is. But I'm inviting you to let go of all the things that you think or believe are the truth and see what reveals itself. See if you don't find an innocence and this beautiful freedom and mystery of life. Now, really, no wonder life gets boring for us, because we think we know what other people are going to say, and we're already, oh, I know what this is. I know what the truth is here. I don't need to read this. I don't need to do this. And we're so caught up in our ego of being right and somehow claiming that we know who we are. Do you? Do we really know who we are? Because if you have a belief of who you are, an idea, a self-image, then I assure you, you have not even glimpsed at who you truly are. I've mentioned this before some years back when I had an experience that for about 6 or 8 hours, for the first time in my life, I saw who I really was. And in that moment, it was an oh my God moment, because in that moment, I realized that who I thought I was before was just a culmination of ideas and thoughts and beliefs that I had bought into to say, you know, well, I'm a pretty nice guy overall. I can be mean sometimes. I certainly can be arrogant. I'm insecure. This is not who I am, nor is it who you are. We are not a bunch of stories and beliefs. We are beyond any thought, beyond any belief, beyond any ideas. And it's only when we empty that out can we fully realize that truth. I say that I'm not here to persuade you or convince you of anything. That is absolutely true. But simply inviting you to so fully empty out all these ideas and beliefs and thoughts and conditioning, all this conditioning of who we think we are and who we think we are supposed to be. That is all just a bunch of mental bullshit. It really is. It's just a bunch of mental bullshit that we have all fallen prey to. But right now, I'm inviting you to lift up the veil of illusion. Lift up this veil that we have been trapped in all these lies for so long, thinking we know who we are. But that's just a personality. That's just our ego. And I simply ask the question, are you happy? Are you at peace? Are you rooted in your heart? And maybe you're one, maybe you're two of those things. But if you're not fully peace, fully joy, fully love, then I'm inviting you to dig deeper. And by digging deeper, I mean just letting all of it go. Empty out, empty, empty, empty. Because the one thing that you can never ever get rid of, the one thing you can never empty out, the one thing that never fades or diminishes is you, your true self. You can empty out everything, but you cannot empty out you. And this isness has always been you and will always be you. There's nothing you can ever do, and there's nothing you have ever done to keep yourself from being you. You can't get rid of you. You can't get rid of you. You can't diminish it. It never fades. It is always you. Again, don't believe me. Not asking you to take on more beliefs. I'm simply asking you to empty out all the things that get in the way of that truth. And I tell you, you are love, peace, and joy, and I don't want you to believe me with that either, or yourself. We've all convinced ourselves that we are, that we've heard, we've read, that we are everything that we need. You've certainly heard it through these meditations if you meditated with me before. And so we carry these beliefs. But I don't want to carry the belief. I don't want to boost the ego, the personality, the false self. I'm not here to build your ego in any way. In fact, I'm here to help you destroy it. And the awakened teachers will all tell you the same thing, that in order to fully live, the ego must die. Ego being all those ideas and thoughts and beliefs about who you think you are, your personality, your self-images. And this is all, again, all the conditioning of how you think you are supposed to be in the world. I'm supposed to be loving, kind, compassionate. Those are all wonderful things, but I invite you to let go of all the conditioning. Come back to a place of innocence, of just pure beingness. that doesn't involve a thought about who you are. It doesn't involve a belief about who you are. It's simply pure beingness of who you are. And just coming back to being aware of your breath. And I'm sorry if the cracking of my neck was disturbing at all. I'm used to just, sometimes my neck gets tense, and when I meditate it tends to loosen up, so I hope that doesn't bother you. I don't know how much you heard it, but it feels helpful for me to just really relax. And I invite you to really relax also, to just fully let your physical form, your physical body, that is not who you are, but just allow that to fully sink into, fully be supported by whatever you're sitting or lying on. And I say that because I don't want there to be any trying or effort in this meditation. Nothing. And there's truly nothing to do. There's nothing you need to do. You don't need to use energy healing work to enhance this meditation. You don't need to use your imagination, which engages the mind. All I'm inviting you to do is let go of these things that I'm inviting you to, and simply be aware of all of it. Just be conscious and aware. That's all I'm asking. I'm also inviting you to just surrender into this present moment. And what does that mean? It means letting go of any resistance to life. If stress is wanting life to be different than what it is, then the opposite of stress is simply allowing life to be exactly as it is. Particularly today, as many are caught up in the politics in the United States, and certainly a divided country in many, many ways. But we don't have to be part of that division. If you come from the mind and the ego, you will always be part of the division, because the mind is always judging this is good and this is bad. And as long as we're listening to the mind when it says that, and we're not being conscious and aware that it's just a thought, and we are the ones observing the thought, then if we're believing those thoughts of the mind, then certainly you are part of the division. Certainly you are part of the trouble and the problem within our country and within the world. So how do we become a solution to it? By recognizing the thoughts and realizing that we are not the thoughts, and that we don't have to listen or believe one single thought. But in so many ways, our mind has become our God. Whatever the mind says, we believe to be true. Whether we're mean or kind or impatient or patient, We buy into it. But even those thoughts that we buy into, that we're a kind person, I'm inviting you to let go of the good beliefs as well. Why? Because if you believe you are kind, then when you come across someone that the mind feels doesn't match that same kindness within you, then it's going to judge that person as bad or wrong. And so as long as we're listening to the mind that's who we are, we're trapped in certain beliefs that are rooted in the duality of good, bad, right, and wrong. And we can never, ever find true peace within that. Yes, we may have moments of peace. We may have moments of joy. We may have moments of love. But these are not sustaining, because the mind always wants more. The ego always wants more because it wants to be somebody. And to be somebody, it thinks it knows best what we want and what we need. In order to be happy, we need more money. We need the right job and right relationship. We need politics to go a certain way. We need life to go a certain way. So the mind gets busy. I'll solve this for you. I'll figure out everything that needs to happen so that you can be happy. But who is the you to be happy? So I invite you just to let go of all of that so that you can come back to the true you, which is beyond the thoughts, beyond the beliefs, beyond the feelings, and beyond the form, beyond the mind. And then you can connect with true peace, true joy, true love that has nothing to do with what you think is peace, joy, and love. Because it's not a thinking process. That's why in the Bible, the Apostle Paul speaks of the peace that passeth all understanding. He's speaking that it's beyond the mind. It's beyond the comprehension of the mind because it's beyond logic. It's not logical. And if you look at all the saints and sages over time, they all performed miracles because they weren't trapped in the logic of the mind. Jesus says, you can do all things I've done and even greater things. What? He walked on water. He rose people from the dead. He healed the blind. The Apostle Paul also raised people from the dead. Yogananda, in his book, The Autobiography, speaks of his teacher raising people from the dead. It's been documented many, many times with many, many sages and saints over the years. But the only way to experience, to be a miracle, is when we step beyond the logic of the mind, because it's not logical to walk on water. The mind's going to say, no, you're going to drown. That is simply stupid. That's not good thinking. No, it's right. It's not good thinking because it's not thinking at all. It's moving beyond the thinking mind into this pure beingness that is naturally a miracle. And it is when we step beyond the thoughts, the beliefs, when we step beyond the mind, that for the first time perhaps ever, we are able to recognize that with God and with our true self, all things truly are possible. All things. Whatever can be imagined can be it's beyond imagination, actually. beyond imagination. But we can truly experience anything and all things. And for some, this may seem a little out there, but I'll say something that my teacher once said. When you move, I'm paraphrasing, when you move beyond the limitations of the mind, and then he literally said this, there is nothing you cannot do. You can, if you want to touch the far side of the moon, you can touch the far side of the moon. If you want to see the end of the galaxy, you can see the end of the galaxy. Because you are beyond any physical form. You are not trapped in your form. Because the form will someday die, will it not? And if you think that you are your intelligence, which many people do, they hook into, and particularly people that are highly intelligent, it sometimes can be challenging for them to realize that they are not their intelligence, they are not their knowledge. But there will never be one single piece of knowledge that you learn that will awaken you. But there may be a piece of knowledge that you let go of that blocks you from recognizing the very truth of who you are right now in this moment and in every moment. But your mind, your intelligence, if you are your mind, then you must also recognize that this too will pass. This will die. It doesn't go with you. It's not eternal. But your eternal self is formless and is energy, and science tells us that energy never ever dies. Nothing will die. The energy and core of a rock or a plant or a bird. Their form, the physical manifestation of their body, may pass, but their true self cannot pass, nor can yours. I'm not asking you to believe this either. I'm just inviting you to take a look. Who is it that is able to perceive your thoughts? Who is it that is able to simply witness your feelings or witness your experience? Who is it that is able to simply observe and witness your body, your mind? Your body cannot witness you, but you can witness the body. Right now, it's you. It's you that's witnessing my voice. It's you that's witnessing the air that you breathe. It's you that is witnessing the chair or floor that you're on, or bed, whatever it is. It's you that witnesses all the thoughts. When you have the thought, wow, why did I do that? That was so stupid. Was it actually you that did it? Or is it you that is observing it? Who is it that was able to observe and perceive that thought? And whatever you're feeling, peace, joy, love, or frustration, anger, hatred, any of it, who is it that is able to notice that? When we do our meditations and we practice being aware of the breath, we are simply practicing being our true self. because we begin to get in touch with the one who is witnessing the breath. And then the thought or thoughts come in, and then you witness the thoughts, and you just allow the thoughts to pass on by, because there's no reason to analyze them or correct them or fix them or change them, because as you begin to witness the thoughts, you realize you are not the thoughts. Your true self, is simply the one noticing the thought without the need to fix or change it. And you don't need to fight against it. If there is a fight going on and you say, "Oh, I hate that thought," then notice the fight. Witness the thought, witness the one who doesn't like the thought. This is a bunch of nonsense. This is a bunch of bullshit. Can you simply witness that thought? And witness the one who doesn't like that thought. See, because the mind will be active. And then your small self may believe the thought. You are the one observing the thought, and even the one observing the one who believes the thought. But still, if you have a thought, and it may be a thought you say, "Oh, okay, I recognize that that's not a thought," you still can be a witness to the one who recognizes that's not a thought. Muji describes it as two birds. The first bird becomes aware of the thought. The second bird, who you are, is the one that is aware of the bird who is recognizing the thought. But see, the first bird can still be trapped in egoic moments. It can still be pulled into the drama of life. But your true self can never be pulled into the drama of life, because it's rooted in the truth of who it is, which is peace, joy, and love. And doesn't ask or need anything to be any different than what it is. Not about your mind, not about your small self, not about life itself, because it is life. You are life. Again, you don't need to believe me on that. We're just exploring. Just inviting you to explore with me. So right now, I just invite you just to become aware of your breath. And by becoming aware of the breath, it brings you back to the present moment. It brings you back to the one who is witnessing the breath, witnessing the thoughts when they come in. You are the witness of it all. And if your mind has drifted, just simply allow the thoughts to gently, effortlessly pass on by, just like a gentle breeze. And I say this quite often because I want you to recognize that the breeze is not who we are. You can recognize that. And so you easily allow the breeze to pass on by. You don't try to fight it or get rid of it. You're not judging it that it's bad or wrong. You're just simply aware that it's a breeze and it's okay. And you watch it pass on by. I'm inviting you to do the same exact thing with your thoughts. When the thought comes in, just like the breeze, you don't need to believe it. You don't need to correct it or get rid of it or fight it or make it bad or wrong, because it's not who you are. It's simply the mind being busy. That is all. So like the breeze, just simply allow the thought to pass on by gently, easily, effortlessly. You're just simply witnessing it, and then come back to witnessing your breath. And if your mind has drifted, just allow the thoughts to just gently, easily, simply, effortlessly pass on by, and come back to being aware of your breath. Being conscious and aware of your breath. And just coming back to being aware of your breath. We're going to begin to bring this meditation to a completion. It's still a little early for those of you who like to get a full hour in, so if you want to mute or turn the device off and keep meditating, please feel free to do so, and thank you so much for joining me today. And for those of you who are ready to finish, just taking in a nice deep breath, making sure you're fully rooted, fully grounded in your physical body. If you're going to be here and be present for it, in this body, in this experience. And you may want to move your body around a little bit, stretch it out. One of my favorite parts. And taking your time and opening your eyes. Well, I'm just going to take a peek at, let's see, the Facebook page, and I'll take a peek at the YouTube. And I'm not sure. I'm guessing, Michelle, it's probably you out there, so hi to you. And let me also get on YouTube and out there, so hi to you. Oops, turn that off. And I'm guessing it's Sandy, but I don't know. So, okay, yeah. Grateful that I found my second bird. Oh, okay, good. Glad you, when you find the second bird, Sandy, it really makes a big difference. I'm super happy for you. That's not a small thing. Most people don't find that, so super happy about that. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I love you guys, and I'm sure we'll talk soon. Tomorrow night we'll be on Zoom at 7 o'clock in the evening. So also on Facebook as well. Okay, namaste, you guys.